Hello everyone. In this second short video, I'd like to go through how you connect your devices and get everything ready before you start your recording. So I made a little signal flow chart here, just hopefully make more sense visually. So basically, the sound of an instrument got captured on a microphone, which, as we mentioned in the previous video, microphone is basically a transducer, convert the acoustical signal into an electrical energy. And then this signal we usually call the mic level signal. And this mic level signal goes into a preamp. After the amplification, it became like a line level signal and goes into the audio interface. And then the audio interface convert this line level signal to a digital signal and send it to the computer and Pro Tools. So the computer can read, write, and record it and store it. And for the playback, the computer is sending the digital signal back to the audio interface. And then the audio interface convert this digital signal back to an acoustical signal, so which you can hear through a monitor system, either your headphone or your speakers. This is pretty much a simplest recording system. Once you have more microphones, or if you're in the like a bigger like orchestra, like when you have like a bigger mixing board, things might get a little bit more complicated as you have more microphones or your speaker, or your monitor system getting more complicated. But they all follow the same method, like this chart. So here's a picture of a SSL2 audio interface. Although different audio interface might look different, it depends on like who designed them, which manufactured it, made them, but they all usually have the same function. So on the left, you can see the mic input section. In this case, this audio interface allows two mic input. So the little red knob here is called like the preamp gain. As we mentioned in the last video, since the mic level signal are usually very soft, we always need a preamp to amplify the signal. And the gain knob allows you to control how much level you want to gain. The meter above shows you how the signal looks like after the amplification. And just a general rule, green usually means safe, yellow means almost hit the limit, it's kind of dangerous, and red usually means you reach the limit, and the result is usually here like a clip going on, which is the thing you want to prevent all the time. Keep your signal between green and yellow is good. But also keep in mind, don't be too conservative, otherwise you get like pretty soft signal. In my opinion, like the levels stay around -10 to -4 dB is pretty good. But never reach the zero. And good thing, just always check your level before you record something. So maybe for instance, if you're playing a cue, maybe try to play the loudest part of that cue, and then just see how the level looks like. If it's the loudest part, it didn't reach zero, and if the level is between -4 and -10, which means you're good to go. Above the meter, you see three buttons here. The right two is a switch between. So the default setting of this, usually for most of the audio interface, they're always looking for mic level. But just in case, if for guitarists, like they have their own like signal processing going on, and then sometimes they're sending line level directly to the audio interface, so they don't need a preamp anymore. You can just press that and tell the audio interface, okay, I'm looking for line level now, not the mic level. And the high Z, I think, which is not really common, seen like a lot in the audio phase, but I think the high Z in this case means like high impedance signal. But however, the left one, 48V, which stands for phantom power, is the thing you need to use all the time if you have a condenser mic. Oh, by the way, this is very important. If you have a dynamic mic or ribbon mic, you don't need to press that. Otherwise, it may destroy your mic, especially ribbon, since the ribbon inside of the mic, inside of the ribbon mic are pretty fragile, and you don't want to accidentally burn it. There's an exception in ribbon mic family called active ribbon, which means you need to use the phantom power even though it's a ribbon mic. But that's the only exception. But for general rules for ribbon mic and dynamic mic, never press that. But however, for condenser mic, you need to turn the phantom power or the 48V thing on all the time if you want to record. And please make sure don't plug and unplug the mic while the phantom power is on. Otherwise, it might damage the mic as well. The result you might gonna hear is like a signal impulse or clip, which is also bad for your ear, for your headphone, and also for your speaker or any of your monitor system. Okay, now if you look at the right section, this is a section for the monitor level. If you're wearing a headphone, you want to adjust this thing so from 0 to 10, so you can adjust how loud it is. But also make sure don't turn your headphone too loud, because otherwise you'll hear some leakage from the headphone and it got recorded by your microphone. And this big one is called monitor level. This is the thing. If you have a speaker, this is not how you control how loud your speaker is gonna be like. Let's go back to the back of this device. Oh, so the back. So the USB slot here. So usually after you buy audio interface, it always comes up with a cable. You can use that cable to connect the audio interface to your workstation. And here's the headphone jack. Also be aware that the size of this jack is actually 6.5 inches, and some of the headphone you have for your cell phone, some of them they're 3.5 inches. So always make sure you either get a converter or get a headphone with 6.5 headphone. The 6.5 jack. And then the output here, the L and R is for the monitor, and this is the mic input. Also be aware that some of the audio interface they might have an external. They require some external power supply, and very awkwardly most of them the power cable are super short. Just be wise when you design your homes, when you design your space. And also just always make sure clean your cable. Just make things organized. You don't want to have cable mess. And here's the thing I use all the time, which is the thing called gaffer's tape. It's actually really good just for people use it all the time, for recording. And then the good thing about it is it's really easy to rip off. And then, but also meanwhile, it's also super solid. And also last thing, just theoretically, if there's any audio signal cable, like an XLR cable or crossing with any power cable, you want to put them vertically. So theoretically the best would be a 90-degree right angle, just to minimize this, any kind of noise or any kind of signal interference.